Hello, my name is Laura Ruano, and today I'm going to talk about speaking and oral expression in the foreign language classroom. According to our primary students, speaking is one of the most difficult abilities to be learned, and this might be because of several reasons, such as the lack of experience and the lack of a real context they need for practicing that target language, but also the lack of a clear and quality model that can help them to receive that constant exposure they need for the development of the skill. First, we need to know what is oral expression. And oral expression has to be with the ability to formulate and produce words and sentences using correct grammar, vocabulary, and conversational skills. It is really important because we needed to communicate and express our feelings, our ideas, our thoughts. And it's the ability we use the most and the ability our students use for the day-to-day conversations, and also when, for example, going to other countries, having to talk with other people and asking for directions, for example. Maybe our main problem is that schools are still using those traditional and repetitive methods that focus on learning grammar in a traditional way. Thankfully, nowadays, we are using more eclectic methodologies such as the communicative language teaching approach, which focuses on the student's interaction using authentic tests and also using the language in but also outside the classroom. There are three different stages to work or expression. The first one is the presentation stage, in which the assimilation of the language takes place, and our students discover phonetic and structural meaning, while we, as teachers, control the students' performance and the quality of the input we are given, always taking into account the students' needs and prior knowledge, interests, and personal characteristics. For example, in this stage, we could use a flashcard activity presenting new vocabulary. In a second stage, in the control practice stage, is where students use the content previously presented in different situations while we function as correctors. In this activity, we could also have, for example, a dialogue in pairs with questions and answers they already have determined, in which we rely on correcting application. And finally, we have a production stage in which students use that knowledge they know in a more freer and creative way. So we function as animators, giving previously instructions and not interacting, or better saying interfering that much in our students' performance. What do we have to do as teachers? Well, we need to deal and to cope with the cognitive and psychological needs of our students by providing maximum experiences for them to talk in class, reducing our speaking time, making sure all our students are getting involved in that activity, giving positive feedback but not interrupting, practicing rhythm, intonation, and stress, selecting appropriate words and sentences, and as I said before, focusing on the student. Some activities we could do, some motivational activities that don't have to be really complex to be significant, are, for example, games such as Simon Says, doing drama, or role plays. Assessment, as always, is really important, but in speaking, it could be quite difficult because it happens really quickly and in a natural way. It must be thoughtful, planned, and systematic, and we should correct in a subtle way, as I said before, not interrupting our students. Also, it's not everything about the corrections, but also about the diagnosis and about the reinforcement activities we could do afterwards. A really interesting tool we could use for evaluating could be observation. So we could pay attention to our students' abilities and also focus on those parts that need to be reinforced. And in conclusion, our expression is really important, and we need to learn how to use it in our classroom in order to cover and reach to all our students and also our students' needs. So thank you very much for watching.